Hey guys, we just find what is going on in Indonesia. We wonder what is going on with our people. A young man jumped down from nine-story building and, you know, unfortunately he lost his life. What we heard that his brother did the same thing 3 months ago. Then this prompted Nigerian youth community in Indonesia to go to the ambassador's home, to protest, leading to them, vandalize and destroy a lot of things. Nigerian embassy have been one of the worst embassies in the world. We are not in it functioning, where the ambassador and his co-workers doesn't know what to do. They don't know how to manage Nigerians. They don't know how to communicate with Nigerian citizens in the country they are representing. Have you been to Nigerian ambassador website before? You'll find out that some information there are outdated for 3-4 years. Nobody have cared to update those website. Have you tried to call Nigeria ambassador through telephone number before? You can't get through because once they change their number, they don't remember to update the website. In fact, you'll be go there, you'll be confused what is going on. You read information that has been passed there 6 years ago or 5 years ago without updating the website. How will Nigeria progress? You ask yourself, how are they choosing those people that becomes ambassador? People that have no public relationship, people that have nothing. Because they thought that staying in abroad as ambassador is like living in Nigeria, being governor in Nigeria. No, you have to work when you are in a foreign country because foreign country is already organized. It goes by their system. You have to communicate. It's not like now you ask Buhari to come and speak. You say, no, I will speak later. No. In foreign country, they call you to speak. You have to always speak.
Yesterday, before I left Brampton, there was nothing on the website that says they were going to be closed until we got here this morning and found out that they were closed. The same attitude that happens in Nigeria is what they have been doing here.
You can't just go there and be ambassador for nothing's sake. That's why you see Nigerians, when things get out of hand, they rebel seriously because the ambassador is not doing their job. For you to be a Nigerian ambassador outside, you must make sure that you have rough idea of citizens that get into that country. You have a venue for them to be registering, so that whatever that happen, you are upfront there to ask those security officers or the government of the nation what is going on.
I'm going back to Toronto again for nothing now. You understand? This is $100 to fuel this gas coming. I'm gonna fuel it $100 going back again. Driving my little kid for fools who don't care about others.
What's happening in Nigerian embassy is something that we all have to ask questions.
When you see these boys going down there to break the ambassador's home, smite their home, you begin to, wonder how irrelevant the ambassador is because they are not communicating. They just go in there and stay. The Nigerian embassy is not even looked after. They can't go out and convince people to maybe. Those people that are coming from Nigeria to that country are people that will actually bring people to come and seek much visa from you because if you treat them well, they will be able to communicate what you have in your country. Then that will bring customer for you guys to come and apply for visa to see. Or tourism, people you can tell a story. It's okay, I would like to go there. They will go and seek for visa to visit Nigeria. But the ambassadors are not doing that. You check, no way you get information with the Nigerian ambassador, they are very useless. I'm not saying they are useless. Even in Canada, America, here in Australia, Germany, every part of Europe, everybody complain about Nigeria embassy.
How many times you come here? I spent $300, came last night, I'm a student. I don't have $300 to spend. My rent is $300 a month. I spent $300 and I came all the way here. And for what? You come here and how do they treat you? There's no courtesy. They don't even treat you like you're humans. They just treat you like you're animals. And you're like, I am human. I deserve to. All you had to do 2 days ago was put something on the internet. People could have canceled their flights. This $300 I spent, I don't know where I'm going to get the money to come back. And I have to. I'm not Canadian yet. But the moment I become Canadian, I am burning this passport. I will burn it and I will never in my life get a Nigerian passport. Because of what? I have parents back home. The $300 I'm spending, my dad does not make $300 a month. The amount of salary he makes is not $300. And then I came here and I spent $300. And now I'm going to go back home with nothing.
Where is home?
London, Ontario. I had to get on a bus from London to Toronto. From Toronto here, I had to spend the night last night. I was looking for a hotel. Which hotel will you find under $100 in Ottawa? I got here this morning, nothing.
Tell me your name.
My name is Kemiola, Oluwa Kemiola.
Can you spell it for me?
Oluwakemi, and my last name is Ola, O-L-A.
Okay.
See, what you just saw here today shows you the level of corruption in Nigeria. Is very unethical. You give people appointment and nothing is done. Only for people to come here and you tell them, oh, you are not opened. It's sad. You can see what's going on here. It's so sad. That shows the level of corruption in Nigeria.
Yeah, we need an intervention from Canadian government.
We need some external intervention because this can't always continue. I flew all the way from Calgary. Here, I took a Air Canada flight, flew all night red-eye flight. I landed here this morning to get here early. One of the first people to get here, only to see a notice that it's not open. I had called on Tuesday and they said, come, your passport will be renewed. You get here and they say they're out for consular duties. They are closed till the 27th. What am I to do? Paid $1,000 for my ticket. This is very, very unfortunate. We just need some external intervention. They're very unprofessional in there. I know that because I work also. I work to earn a living and I know how to treat customers. This is supposed to be my home away from home. I haven't seen one security gate there. If there was a problem, this would be the least safest place to come into. We just need some external intervention. I want the world to know that this embassy is a fraud. That's the message I have.
Nigeria embassy in London. Nigeria embassy, and somebody was so crazy. They didn't want to fix his passport or something, so he decided to break all the embassy's cars. He damaged about 5 cars. So there was police around.
Mr. Jeff, go back, carry your car.
Can you imagine? I'm here live, Jeff, at the Nigerian embassy in London. You can see the flags. Just happening right now.
What I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'll try and.
Oh my days, this is something else.
He just started breaking?
Yes, sir.
Without being prompted?
Without prompted. Why should I go inside? What kind of mission are they holding there? Enough of killing! I tell you, we only support the answer in Malaysia. We cannot take it anymore. From the south, enough. From the east, from the west, they will treat you like animals.
Nobody should come and listen to a prayer here.
Chairman, there is no issue.
Nobody should listen to a prayer here.
Before he went inside, I told him not to go inside.
Muhammad Buhari should call them to order. Muhammad Buhari should call them to order. Wrongfully.
This is Nigeria embassy. We have go. What did they happen?
They go for thief.
PhD students just die inside the prison. It's not good.
Let all those people who are
It's not good to PhD PhD, student, that is at the prison, a matured man. A matured man. What is this? This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand.
When you cannot speak for your own students, you cannot speak for your citizens, it's rubbish. You
This is
are
not
non-entity
good.
for that.
How can a matured man with your children die at the prison just like that? Just like that, Nigerian man, I don't mind for that matter. What did they happen?
The ambassadors should come
What
outside.
did they happen? I don't mind just die with PhD. I don't mind die inside the prison. Inside the Malaysia prison. With PhD. A PhD on that man. With children with a wife. Die inside the prison. I don't mind.
You wonder what is going on. It's such a heartbreaking to see. You don't know. When you look at people talking about how they handle cases, how they school them, these people are not communicating. Look at the one they did in China when the ambassador came out. People understand him. They work with him. They praise him. That guy deserves accolade. That guy deserves to have a lot of standing in Nigeria. That guy that oversees China's problem, he handle it with care. And people understand. The Nigerians, they praise him. They know that he have done his own worst. They know he have done his best. They praise him. Do you see them going to throw him stone? No, nobody. They pray. They're actually singing for him. That's what they need. These people don't need more. They ask you to come and make sure that they are not vilified. That's all that they want you to do. You see people in Canada, they are complaining Nigerian embassy, this and that. Look at now what is happening in Nigeria. Ghana went and destroyed a whole Nigerian embassy's palace or Nigerian embassy's building without fear. Even the government couldn't even shiver until Nigerians begin to shout. Buhari can't even speak. Congo threw away Nigerian ambassador. These are African countries that we feed on. We feed Ghana. We feed Congo. Tomorrow, Liberia, Sierra Leone, we still do the same thing. These are people that we feed. Last time you see what happened in South Africa. South Africa, Nigerians invested money, soldiers, even Mandela gave him asylum in Nigeria. They started killing Nigerians and burning Nigerian things in South Africa. Because we refuse to act, because we don't know what we are doing. Our diplomatic strength is just mess. As a country, if you don't have diplomatic strength, you are a mess. You can't speak. You think the way you govern Nigeria is the way you govern outside. No, outside is all about ideas. You have to be bringing ideas to that council. You have to be making sure they know that you are there. You ask them, you ask them things. You begin to, send men to their police and say, I'm just coming here to make sure that my boys are doing the right thing. They say, no, that we don't have case with Nigerians, all this. You have to let them know that you are there for your people. Maybe within 2 or 1 month, you go, or 3 months, you send somebody to go to the immigration, ask them, I hope everything is well with my people. I say, no, yeah, if there's any problem, we'll let you know. At least you let them know that you are there. That's what public relations is all about. You ring ambassador, oh, I saw change you guys made, I hope everything is well. You say, yeah. That is how business goes. You must study public relationship in order to be able to be a foreign ambassador. If without that, it's not like nominee that you nominate from, in Nigeria, within Nigeria, everybody tolerate you. These people that are coming outside, they are exposed, they are seeing things working fine. They will use those mentalities somehow in order to adopt. Then if it's not working fine with you, it will be counterattack. They will attack you. So you have to bring somebody who can move with them in order to counter this?
You know, going down to the embassy said, to be honest, is not the best thing for you guys to do. Just be able to find a way to analyze the whole things. Every country have their own policy. So the policy of that country will never be changed because of your embassy or how you feel about your citizen. The truth is that you guys have to behave yourself. If the law is against you not to commit crime, you have to stick with that. If the law is against you not to make too much noise, you have to stick with that. If the law is against you not to gather in a larger group, you have to obey that. It's something we just have to learn to adopt to people's law. You know, what's happening in Indonesia, it happens a lot of places in Asia, whereby people comes, you know, you don't understand the law, you just want to flood the law. It's very important that any country that you go to, you obey the law. It's very important that any country you go to, you understand the law. It's very important that every country you go with, you conduct yourself in a responsible way. And if the country also does not allow you to get involved in crime, please don't get involved in crime. If it does not allow you guys to have a fight one another, please don't fight one another. Remember, as a foreigner in the country, if you fight your fellow foreigner, the law will apply harder on you than the citizen. So don't accept the country to judge you the way they judge their citizen. It's quite different, totally different way they will do that. They expect you as a foreigner to come and be a law-abiding people. They expect you, to come and adopt to the law they have. Even they have your embassy there, your embassy can do just little. Your embassy work is to talk to you guys so that you guys can be able to work with those people's law. Your embassy cannot go there and tell them that this law applied in Nigeria so it should be applied in this country. It doesn't work that way. And remember, Nigeria is actually a lawless country. So if you use the way we are practicing things in Nigeria and come out with that way, you'll be in big trouble because Nigeria laws are not working. Nigeria police collect easily bribe. Nigeria police does not understand the law. Nigeria citizens actually doesn't care. But in many countries, their citizens care. Their citizens care what you guys do as a foreigner. So they call some of these citizens, they call police for you. They want the police to check what the foreigners are doing. If you guys are fighting, they call the police. If you guys are quarreling, they call the police. They just want the foreigners to be able to abide on the law. This embassy cannot train you to do that. This is something that you and your friends can be able to discipline yourself to do that. Because if you don't do that, you get in trouble. Your embassy can only communicate with these people to ask them that, why are you targeting my people? They may tell them that the statistics show that your people are the most people that commit crime, or they are the most people that make noise, or are the most people that have not been obeying our law. So we decide to check to make sure they have the valid documents to stay here. So guys, your embassy have limited things to do it. But your embassy also can actually tell them, okay, let me talk to my people and tell them to be very law-abiding citizens. This is where the Nigerian embassy fell. Nigerian embassy fell in communicating with the citizen. We told them that these people, necessarily, they are not targeting you guys, but when I communicate with them, this is what they told me. For you guys not to be facing similar thing, you guys should be able to be law-abiding citizens. You should be able to talk to one another, live according to the law. No fighting, stay away from anything that will engage you in illegal activity. Don't commit crime, don't sell drugs, don't prostitute, don't do all those things that this country is against, so that we can also stand for you when anything happens. This is the simple thing, the simple ideology the embassy need to communicate to Nigerians, but they are not doing this. Many places in the world today, Nigerian embassy is not working because they don't understand what public relationship is all about. I don't know how the government appoints the embassies. They don't communicate with this country, the country they are in. You see what happened in Ghana. Ghana went and destroyed Nigerian embassy home. This is something that, Ghana destroying Nigerian embassy home is like destroying a whole Nigeria if you don't understand what happened there. Your country embassy is just your country. So if anything should happen there, it happened in your country. But nobody's speaking for Nigeria. Congo did the same thing. Nobody's speaking. South Africa did the same thing. Killing Nigerians everywhere. Government did not speak. It's an individual. that volunteer his plane to bring his people back. How can the government bear such a thing that individuals stand up to do the work of the government? Anyway, he's saying that you go to Canada, people are complaining Nigeria embassy is not working. America, Nigeria embassy is not working. UK, Nigeria embassy is not working. Here in Australia, Nigeria embassy is not working. Nigeria embassy never work in any country. They are just there just for, I don't know why they are there. Have you visited Nigerian website before? If you visit Nigerian embassy website, they don't update their information. It's outdated information, maybe information of 4 years, 3 years ago. You find it. The phone numbers are not working. The telephone they gave you is not working. The information they gave you is totally different thing that is operating. Nobody cares to update the embassy website. So you see a lot of things is not working. I don't know what they are sitting there. No business is happening in Nigeria. How many people are traveling in Nigeria? These are what their work. They have to make people to understand what is going on in Nigeria. They have to make people to understand the tourism aspect of Nigeria. How can you communicate that? You have to communicate that through your citizens in that country. If you treat them well, people will want to come to your country. If you don't treat your citizens well, how can you assure foreigners that when they are in Nigeria, they will be looked after? If your citizens keep complaining that Nigerian embassy is not working in the countries, how can you encourage foreigners to come to Nigeria to invest? See, a lot of things are going against Nigeria. I don't know why the government or the people in Nigeria are not speaking out. We find that Nigerians, people who don't want to come because there's no public relation, there's no good image out there. What you saw is scam, what you saw is politicians stealing money, what you saw is people being oppressed, what you saw is the citizens fighting the ambassador in a foreign country. And it's a free country, they can't do nothing. The embassy needs to start speaking up for his people. They need to start encouraging people to come to Nigeria. They need to showcase of Nigeria. You need to practice this by looking after your citizens, by standing up for them. Even when they commit crime, you have to come and make sure that they face fair trial. You should not just say because they told you they commit crime, that's it. No, you should come up and make sure they face fair trial. That's what it is. You give them that ambassador, grace first, until they face conviction. I think English says that you are always innocent until you are convicted. You guys should go by that idea. You are always innocent until you get convicted. If you're not convicted, you're still innocent. You still receive every counselor's, advice, benefit, even when you are in the custody of that country. You guys understand that the policy of many countries should stand. You don't want your ambassador to be going and peeping in with people's policy. That is kind of like trying to claim another man's land. No, the things you guys will be fighting is when they don't come out to defend you guys. And how will they defend you? They don't ask you. Let me just make this clear. The ambassador did not ask those guys to jump from that step. From that upstairs, you don't ask them to do this. And for you jumping from that upstairs is totally wrong. Nobody to blame. You only have to blame yourself. If you're not committing crime, it's just because your passport expired. You don't need to be panicked about any immigration in the world. Highest they can do to you is to put you in a detention camp. It's not in a prison, in detention camp. Then they ask you to get your ticket and they will send you back home. So I want to make this clear. If you're in a foreign country, your passport expires, don't run when immigration got you. Don't jump from those upstairs and kill yourself. They only detain you and ask you to get your pass and to get your ticket and be sent back home. It may take you, 3 weeks, 1 week, or 4 months. Depends how. If you can't sort your ticket out, they will put you on that detention camp until they can do that, or they will deport you on their own. The thing next they will do to you, they will ask you not to come to our country for so time. Maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or 6 months. It depends, their law. This is the simple thing. But if you commit crime, this is where the problem comes. If you scam people, or you steal from people, or you commit family violence, this is where they will imprison you according to their law. Your embassy can't tell them because you came to the country, your passport expired, they should leave you. No, you are breaking their law. The embassy will not do that. The embassy will tell them, okay, when you are in the camp there, they should allow him to talk to your people to sort out ticket for you to go back home. So this, we have to be clear. We have to understand the work of this embassy. They can't stop police from raiding you. They can only ask police why.
People are being targeted in such operation. Then they will clarify. They may tell you why they are going on that statistic. They may tell you that, oh, well, from our database, we find that the most threats of those immigrants without paper are your people. That's why we decide to go on them and make sure they have the required documents. Or they may tell you your countrymen have the higher rates of crime in my country. So I ask the police and immigration to go and investigate on them and make sure they are doing the right thing and make sure their job is accounted for. There's nothing wrong for you. A Nigerian ambassador cannot stop a foreign country from doing their job or protecting their citizens. This is not true. It cannot work that way. Every country have their law, and their law, you must obey it. But the problem here is that Nigerian ambassador and those that work with him is not communicating with the countries. So when things like this happen, these youths, these Nigerians, they are unguided. They just go there and start destroying your property because you failed to do your job. You also need to advise your Nigerian community that, you are in a foreign country. We can do little for you guys. So your work here, once you choose to travel, is to obey the law, work according to the law, stay away from crime. If you came to study, you do your study. If you came for a visit, make sure you visit and you go. If you came decide to hang around and become an illegal immigrant, know there is consequence. And if the immigration happen to catch you, stop running. Don't jump from the upstairs. The highest they can do is to keep you in their detention camp and send you back to Nigeria. They may ask you not to come to their country 3, 4 years, 5 years, okay? It's not crime. Anybody can overstay in any country. People can overstay based on their political asylum seekers. Maybe they are not granted. They decide, no, I'm not going. I will stay here because if I go, my life is in danger. They may stay because maybe they came in the country, they run into financial problem. They decide to stay and get themselves up. But the basic thing is that you stay away from crime. You maintain the law of that country. You don't break it. You mean that's the only law you are against, or the only law that is on your head now is about the immigration, which is the breach of law. But it's not something, it's not a prison term offense. It's something that they can detain you for maybe 3, 4 months and ask you to buy your ticket and leave the country. So our people, when you get pressed by immigration, I don't advise anybody to jump from upstairs. You don't want risking your life. You can actually go into the detention camp there and they explain why you are overstaying or in the country, and the immigration may decide to grant you under humanitarian. They give you asylum paper to permit you to stay there for a while and organize yourself and leave. Or organize yourself, you may find a job. So this is something that the ambassador need to stand for the people and make sure the people are not vilified based on their race or based on their country or for no reason. So, when you see these boys going down there to break the ambassador's home, smite their home, you begin to, wonder how irrelevant the ambassador is, because they are not communicating. They just go in there and stay. The Nigerian embassy is not even looked after. They can't go out and convince people.
Why? Police will tell them the reason. They may ask police to give them time so they can communicate with their people. They will tell you guys, if you don't have your valid visa, you should relocate before so time. Otherwise, these people will come and raid. They are doing raiding. And if they caught you, they will put you in the detention camp. The next thing, you must go home too. Again, you can also speak to those immigration by yourself. If you think that your life is in danger, if you think that you have a valid reason why you overstay, maybe you don't know where to go, you don't know what to start, then on this ground they may consider you based on humanitarian ground. So guys, you need to understand, you stop everything embassy. We know their fault, but in this case it's not the man's fault. Please don't go and start breaking their distance. We should also start talking to them to be able to walk right things, help people, do the right thing for people. Because Nigerian government is not working, then everything, people just say embassy. Embassy not ask the police to come and raid you guys. Okay? We need to know what's their work and what is not their work. We actually command the guy in China, the one that happened in China. The person came in and do some marvelous job. You know, it's so much like appreciate such a job. It is like wonderful job to the people, and that brings joy to people. You know, we want them to stand, at least stand and cooperate. You know, and why the ambassador have to come out to do that for you people is because you have your valid stay. And this time, pandemic time, you know, you have to communicate with China authority very well. You have to communicate with Indonesia authority. Pandemic time, what are you doing? What do you want people to do? It's kind of a very difficult time, no movement. So this is where I blame the ambassador himself. When he's saying that, you know, we need to love one another, we need to start doing things, we need to start staying away from problems. You know, if you in many places in Asia that I go to, you talk to people, they told you a lot of Nigerians fight, a lot of Nigerians scam people, a lot of Nigerians are not obeying the law. So this is something that people point out again and again. And unlike Nigeria, they keep statistics. The more your products go to police station, they put record out. Those things, they use it to judge you later. So even though it's not you, they use it to judge you guys. You may think that, okay, this guy is doing this, it's not me. No, when they bring you, they open data. It shows Nigeria. They will start checking you guys because you guys are the most troublemaker. So other nationality will escape. Even when they do things, they will bring it to your head because you are the people they know that do most of those things. So I want you guys to understand this, okay? And look after yourself. Be good and like yourself, okay? Thank you. Lord Obi, the future you see.